to go. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. I have my little fan heater on at the side because it's a little cool today. We are moving into winter. So, yes, I trust you can hear me. Let me just get my few things here sorted out. Welcome to our April personal healing event for some of my patrons. I have 6 people on my list today. So I have Kathleen. Hello. I hope and trust you can hear me loud and clear. I have those 6 people's names written on pieces of paper, which I've put in this little bowl. So I'm going to pull your name out of the bowl shortly when I start focusing. So I'll be spending about 10 minutes connecting with each person who's on my list today. So that means this will go for a good hour today. So if you can hang around, then great. If you can't, then please come back to the replay later or look out for more videos down the track. So those people on my healing list, I'll be connecting with you. But if you're watching and you're not on one of those 6 people that I'll be connecting with today, then I trust it's no accident you happen to be here. What I would be doing if I was you and I wasn't on the list is I would be relaxing and I'd be keeping myself really open, not only, you know, through what I'm hearing, but also what I'm feeling in my body, staying really open to receiving what I need. So you can trust you will receive something that you need. I'm sure it's no accident you happen to be here. Those of you who I am connecting with, please also keep yourself nice and open to receiving what you need during the time of connection today. Oh, Kathleen, sending you loads of love. And take some nice big breaths. And so as I'm connecting with you, if you are someone who's on my list today, Carlee, hello. As I connect with you, what I encourage you to do is firstly be nice and open to receiving what you need, but also take some really big breaths and know that whatever's loudest in your vibration, so whatever's loudest in your energy is what I will be connecting with. So whatever's loudest in your vibration is going to get my attention first, and then I'll talk through what I'm feeling and picking up, and then we'll move with the energy as it goes and as it flows. I haven't got a plan. I don't know what I'm going to be doing to connect with you. I don't pre-connect or anything like that. I found it most powerful for me anyway is to just be in the moment and to share and connect as the moment is happening. It's wonderful to see you too, Carlee. Thank you. So I found it's best just to flow with it. So I'm going to flow with it as usual. I'll be working with my healing energy cards today. So I'll pull a card for the person I'm connecting with at the beginning and then most likely one at the end to see what it wants to add. So the first person on my list is David. David, are you still here? David was here before, eagerly waiting. So David, you're first. Please take a nice big breath and be ready to receive what you need. If you are not David and you're still connecting and listening and watching now, then I encourage you to take a nice big breath and receive what you need too. Hi David, it's lovely connecting with you in person here. So please take a nice big breath and know that this is your time. This is your time for you. So your best healing energy card for now as we start your connection is here. It's this card. Oh, card 51. Card 31. I couldn't read the number there. 31 reunion. So this is talking about a reunion of masculine and feminine, yin with yang, male with female. So it's a surging and pushing forward, if you like, of that masculine energy, the true masculine energy that wants to come forward. So this is also represented by an assertive, practical, courageous, strong energy that wants to come forward too. So I'm going to put this card in front of me and I'm going to tune in, David. So take a nice big breath and we'll see what's loudest in your vibration. So the first thing that's getting my attention is this energy that's coming in at the heart, and it feels like this energy's coming in like a force. I want to use the word hit, being hit in the heart, and it feels like coming in from two sides. So we've got an energy coming in from the right, energy coming in from the left, but they come in at the both sides and hit very strongly and like a force in your heart. So these are outside energies, or energies that are outside of you, that are coming in, and coming in from the side really, and around and into the front of your heart. So your heart is your center for love. Also your center for acceptance seems to sit in the heart too. And it feels like this energy coming in is really important. So even though I use the word hit and force, it feels like it's necessary. So there's something needed, I feel, about this energy. And what I'm feeling at this point is that it feels like a masculine and a feminine energy, a yin and yang energy that's coming in separately. So its own force, its own self, its own essence, and coming in to combine in your heart, where this yin yang, this masculine feminine energy comes and unites in your heart. So it hits in here in your heart quite deeply and quite strongly, like a force. It's not delicate, it's not just skimming the surface, it moves in with quite a lot of force. So I feel this moving in now, and it's moving deep into your heart, almost through to the back, to your back. So it's going deep, deep, deep into your body. Is this mergence, or this reunion, if you like, of masculine and feminine energy, God with goddess as well. That's sort of energy and what that represents for you. So feeling it sitting in here, these two energies, and how I'm feeling it are two colors, a white and a blue, are coming in, and these two colors on their own sit on their own, but they're coming together now to merge and overlap and sit here, just sitting here deeply in your heart, and they create an essence, a form, a combination, a union of completion, of wholeness, of togetherness. They also come together and create a protection over your heart, like a shield, we could say, that's been, as they come together, they create this shield, this protection here that sits deep, deep, deeply in your heart. So protecting you from being hurt, protecting you from being pulled down, or being negatively affected by things around you or that happen in your everyday life in general. So there's protections coming in here, and I feel now this energy, so it's combined now, this white and this blue mixing together, combined, like looking like a yin yang, but a white and blue. And this energy moves down into your body from your heart and now sits in your solar plexus chakra, which is just above your navel. This is your power center. And I feel like this union, this energy that's hitting you, this love, really it's love that's coming into your heart, is I feel like it's really important for you for now, to help keep you going, to help you remembering who you are, to help give you your power, your strength to continue. So this comes amidst this feeling of probably feeling flat, or feeling hopeless or helpless, or feeling like you want to give up. So this is like a surge, like an energy, a force that's here to help you keep going and to help you remember. So it sits down here in your solar plexus like an anchor that's been dropped over the side of a boat, and it's dropped over the side of your heart, and this anchor is sitting here in your solar plexus chakra to offer you strength and power and courage to continue, to keep going, to find the strength and the stamina that you need to continue. So the anchoring feeling here is also bringing a lot of groundedness in with this energy. So it feels very grounded as it sits here in your solar plexus chakra, and really helping ground your power, ground your strength, ground your courage. So it becomes more, I guess, practical and something that you can use in an everyday sort of setting. A power, a strength, a courage that you can take into your everyday occurrences, your everyday situations. There is something very practical about this energy that wants to come in. And the funny thing is that I feel that this energy, which actually stems from your heart, and this union energy that's came into your heart and has dropped down like an anchor into your solar plexus, I feel like this is also helping take you where you need to be in your physical life, so that you can cross paths with the people and the situations that are best and most resonate with your highest truth. So the anchoring of this strength and anchoring of this love actually into your solar plexus is also giving you the courage to go places and do things that are going to rendezvous you up with other people and really important situations. This is really important because it feels like if you're holding back or if you're feeling helpless or hesitant and you don't put yourself out there or put yourself forth in certain situations that could be life-changing for you, then you're going to miss that opportunity. And it will come up again if that's what happens. But I feel like this energy is really helping anchor you into the certainty of who you are, the certainty of yourself. So just take a nice big breath and let this energy sit in your heart and sit in your solar plexus chakra. I feel energy that's starting to move here on the right shoulder. This is a burden you carry, a worry about your future. And I feel it sitting and stacking up on your shoulder like coins. They're like rusty old coins, like really old coins that were almost handmade. They feel quite old and ancient looking, but they're very sort of well worn and sort of rusty, these coins. There's a stack of them sitting here on your right shoulder. This suggests that there's probably some worry or burden that you feel about your finances, especially connected with your future. And I feel what's really important actually is to drop these old coins from your shoulder, that you don't need to carry this burden or this fear, because you can trust in the unfolding of things in your life, and you can trust in the new decisions or the new directions you go, that you want to go, that bring more abundance in a healthier way into your life. You can trust that you are provided for. So as I say these things, I feel these coins, it's about 10 of them, all stacked up in like a pyramid shape. And I feel they start to move, they're starting to loosen. And then just flicking your right hand down and your right arm and allowing these old coins, this fear, these burdens you have about your future, to drop down your arm and drop down to the earth, where they just return back to love. So with that burden release too, I feel that your shoulders now feel nice and square and not weighed down by your burdens, your feet, any fear, that sort of thing at this time, and your energy's feeling good. Your belly, I feel like there's something emotionally that's stirring for you too. So just some self-care and some looking after yourself is probably really important in the next couple of days, just to really care for yourself and the emotions that are stirring up for you. So I trust that makes sense for you, David. Let's see which other card that we need to finish off your connection today. So what do you need to know now, or which card wants to come up here at the end and offer some further insight or confirmation if required? So your best card to tie this up is here, which is this. Self-love. So this is about your you time, your good quality time that you spend with yourself, spending time in reflection, silence, solitude, to help you love and accept who you are, but also where you are in your life. It says, allow yourself to receive, look within, and pure love. This really confirms everything that I've been talking about, and especially brings highlight to your self-care that will likely be important over these next few days, because I can feel some deep emotion that's stirring in your belly. So that self-care time will help you nurture and support yourself. So self-love, self-care feels very important moving forward. So I trust this resonates, David. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you and for your support. Namaste. Okay, let's pop these cards back and we will see Who's next? Who's next today? Next person is this person. It's Carlee. Everyone that's here is coming up first, it seems. So Carlee Chirichiello, welcome. And thank you for allowing me to connect with you today. Let's see which healing energy card you need to begin with. So Carlee, take a nice big breath. Thank you, David. So your card, Carlee, is this. Oh, well, that's funny. So David and Carlee, it looks like your connections here are likely related. So Carlee, you may find yourself resonating with what I've just talked about with David. And David, if you're still here, you'll probably find something helpful in Carlee's connection too. Because whenever the first card comes up that's the same, there is usually a cross connection somehow, which is good. Yes, so we're probably going to continue on with that a little bit. So you've also got card 31, Reunion. And this very much talks about, and what I'm feeling now for you, is this emergence of your masculine qualities. So your power, your strength, your resilience, your determination, your productivity, these sorts of male masculine energies that are pushing forward. I feel like they're wanting to come forward more for you, like an emergence of sorts, where I feel like, you know, it's almost like turning, or not necessarily turning, but changing or transforming from a water, that feeling of water sort of energy, into fire. That's sort of the feeling here that I have, like a fire that's wanting to ignite under your backside, to really ignite this power that you can access inside you, this strength that you have, not only to keep going, but to move forward into the areas that you want to move forward into. So, okay, Carlee and David, if you are open to it, and anyone else, take a nice big breath and let's see. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is this really tall flagpole, and at the top of this flagpole is a flag, and it's a thin, tapered, looks like to be a red flag, but it's not, you know, like fire engine red. It's like a browny red, so it's just a bit more of a toned down browny red. And this flag is blowing in the wind, and it's tall. It feels like it's probably 2 stories tall, and it's right in front of you. The flagpole is white and strong and stable, and it's supporting and holding this flag that's blowing in the wind. I feel like you're actually holding this pole in place. So it's in arm's reach, just in front of you, and you're holding it here. Now, as you hold it here, what I would imagine if I was holding a really long pole with a flag that's blowing in the wind, I'd have to use a lot of my core power. My stomach muscles would have to be engaged. My arms would have to be engaged too, but very much the core muscles that would need to be engaged. And this is the area that's really getting my attention as I connect with this energy and you holding this flag post in position. So really activating and turning on your inner core, your core power, your true power, we could say, and engaging that energy. So engaging it to support or to hold in position whatever this flagpole and this flag represents. So as you stand here, just strong in your body, strong in your core, which is strong in your masculine power as you hold and find the stamina to continue to hold your position. And in fact, there's probably something important here to talk about, is holding your position and your stamina for something in your life that you've had to endure, something that has lasted a long time, or something that you have long perhaps been over, or that the time for that you would have hoped perhaps would have long passed, but you're still going through this. So I feel this is also representing the endurance and your resilience and your stamina to continue in a situation that you're not, maybe your heart is not completely in. So there is a lot of strength that's coming in, and it's actually showing that you do have a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of personal power here, because you've endured what you've endured in the past and what you've been enduring more recently. So you can continue to endure, and you can continue to find and summon your stamina and your strength and your personal power, your courage to continue as well. So with that said, let's look at this pole and this flag, because I feel like this is important, whatever this represents. So it feels tall, yet it feels steady, this flag post. It feels white, freshly painted white, and it is just held nice and strongly in position. And the flag, okay, so the flag feels like a symbol, or represents, it could be a call for help as well. It could be an announcement that you are wanting to make, or that your soul is wanting to make to you. So there feels to be something really important about this flag flying so high, so it can be seen across the land and not just from the position that you're looking up at this flag at. So it's an announcement of some sort. It's a beacon that goes further than just you in this moment standing here holding this flag and this flagpole in place. It seems to be blowing off to the north, the way the wind is blowing, and it's rippling. It's quite a long flag, almost like a kite, but it's just a flag in position, quite deep red. So the red brings us back into a connection here with your physical life. So things that are happening in your physical life, a situation in your actual physical life experience that this is also representing. And there is a feeling now that I actually want to stand up and start walking with the flag, you know, like walking with the soldiers, and that soldier at the front holding the flag bearer. That's what the feeling is now. So holding position here for so long with such strength and endurance and resilience and stamina, but it feels like now we're ready to stand up and walk with this flag and walk into this new territory, walk forward on this new path. So I feel like I'm encouraging you to stand up, Carlee. Stand up energetically while you're holding this flag firmly in position. You know you can't drop it, and you don't need to right now. It's an important symbol. So you hold it actually right here at your solar plexus chakra, your power center. As you start taking steps forward, looking straight ahead, you can feel in your core what this flag's doing, so you adjust accordingly. If it feels like it's starting to tip a bit, you hold strong, so strong in your core as you start walking now. You can walk and hold in this endured, resilient space. You can do these things together. So what I feel is you can endure what you're enduring, and you can move forward at the same time. Don't let what you are enduring, or the job that you're doing, the role that you're playing, don't let that stop you from actually moving forward, because they can both happen at the same time. And this feels really important information. So you might not be moving in big leaps and strides, but you are moving forward while you're holding the flag. And you can use the strength that it represents to help you keep going and help you keep moving. So don't stop moving, I feel, is a really important message here. But you have so much strength, so much core strength, more core strength than you realize. And you can use this to work with it to help you move forward. So I trust that makes sense for you, Carlee, and maybe for you too, David. Let's see which card we need to add here for you, Carlee. So the best card to support your healing connection today is this here, and it's this. Yes, heaven on earth. And this is the balance. And, you know, with this reunion card, it very much talks about the masculine energy. But it also talks about the balance, the yin-yang, that masculine feminine energy. This also talks about the balance, but this is more on the spirit, heaven on earth, spirit and matter, above and below. That's balance. So we're talking about masculine, feminine, but also spirit and matter. So there is a balance that's coming in, that wants to come in, and a reminder again that you can endure what you're enduring and move forward at the same time. So there is power in this. This is the merging of heaven on earth, or spirit with matter. It's bringing your ideas into reality. Listen to this. It's the combining of I'm biting my cheek. The combining of masculine and feminine, grounding oneness. So this mergence, this coming together, you can do these two things at the same time. So maybe something to think about, but I trust this resonates with you, Carlee. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you today. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next in my pot today. Next, excuse me. Next is Susan Sonsteng. Susan, please take a nice big breath, and everyone else who's open to receiving as well. Let's see which card that you get today, Susan. So Susan, your best card to start this connection is here. Okay, it's this, mental healing. So this is bringing highlight to your mind and your state of mind. Healing of the mind, healing the ego, mental chaos, grounding, expansion or expanding your mind. So let's tune in, Susan, and see what's loudest in your vibration. Oh, that's wonderful, Carlee. Thank you so much. Okay, Susan, nice big breath. Okay, and what I'm feeling straight away as I connect with you is this energy that's pulling out, and it feels quite flat, quite horizontal, we could say, and it's moving out. It feels like through your hairline, your temples, the tops of your ears, and also around, sort of around, not quite at the base of the skull, but just up a little bit. There is this energy that's pouring out from here. It's like a disc, and energy, like rays of energy that are just coming out from this area, which is your mind energy. So your mind energy to me is the area of your aura that sits around your head, and it consists of your mind thoughts, your stresses, worries, pressure, mental pressure that you're under, but also things like being organized, creative thinking, new ideas, being inspired, focus, all these things too are connected in with the mind. So I'm feeling this disc of energy. This disc, it's like the rings of Saturn. You know how they sort of sit like a disc around here, around Saturn? So I guess your head feels like Saturn, but I'm just trying to further explain what I'm feeling. So it feels like a disc, like the rings of Saturn around your head. And, okay, and it feels a bit heavy. It feels like almost like a blindfold, but it's not quite down over your eyes. So it's most likely covering then your third eye chakra a little bit as well. But it feels like it's hard to see, or it's hard to perceive, or it's hard to be clear about what you're perceiving or what's happening in your life at the moment. So it feels like this area here, your third eye chakra, is covered. So this ring feels like, it's actually a bit like, you know, those bath rings? When, I don't know if you're a child of the 70s or 80s or maybe earlier back, but when I was a kid, we used to not like showers or having our hair washed because we get soapy water all over our eyes. So we had, I don't know if you had them, but we had this sort of round disc thing, like a rubber foam thing that would come in really tight over this part of our head, the exact part I'm talking about, where all the water would run off over this sort of extension, so it didn't run over onto the face. Except I must have had a small head, because it used to still sneak down underneath and through. So I didn't wear one of those for long, but that's also a similar energy that I'm feeling here. So it feels fairly tight around here as well, as this energy sits here. And I don't feel it should be there. So it feels like in some ways it's restricting and also affecting what you're seeing and what you're perceiving at the moment. So you might find, Susan, that lately things have been maybe you've been taking things too personally, or maybe things have been blown out of proportion a little bit too, or a misunderstanding, miscommunication might also be playing out. So what I feel like I want to do is remove this, but I don't feel like I can quite yet. The energy here at your third eye chakra is getting my attention, and it feels quite heavy, quite compressed, and quite pulled down as I feel this sort of rubber ring thing just sort of dropping further down over your forehead and really affecting your third eye chakra. Your third eye chakra is your center for vision, intuition, and trust. So you may even find that you're having trust issues that are coming up too at the moment, or an uncertainty about the decisions that you're making, or an uncertainty about yourself or situations in your life as well. So trust issues are likely playing out too with this pressure and this energy I feel over your third eye chakra. I still can't remove this yet, so there's still something else we need to talk about. And I'm being drawn to the back of your neck now. So this is old energy that connects with your throat, but in the past. So this is connecting most likely with suppression of your voice, of your words. It's also coming up around here. So I'm feeling old energy moving around the back of your neck. And I feel like it wants to move out. So there is a releasing, surrendering feeling that wants to come here. So I feel like there are some things that need purging, some things that need clearing and surrendering out, especially of this upper area through here. So just take a nice big breath. And as you're breathing out, allow yourself to support that out breath by imagining breathing out all the old stuff that you're holding on too tightly to in your body. All the stuff that's got no room in your life anymore. This is also moving old energy at the back of your heart. So there's probably something that sits close to your heart from the past that you also know, you probably know deep in your being that you need to let it go. But maybe a part of you still wants to hold on, a part of you doesn't want to forget. So it's very difficult to let go and hold on at the same time. Just like I tell my son, it's very difficult to save money and spend money at the same time. So it's sort of that conundrum of, you know, wanting to let go but actually not wanting to at the same time. So it's a little tricky, that energy. So it's probably a bit of a detachment, trying to detach from what it is that sits so personally and so close to your heart from the past, that you know in your being, you know in your truth, in your heart, that you need to let go of, that it's actually holding you back. So with that, I feel this energy start to pull down over your body, like an energy, like a magnet, I guess we could say, like a magnet coming over your body and pulling down and pulling away all the stuff that you've been holding on to that doesn't support your highest truth and doesn't support your forward movement from here. And giving yourself permission to let go. That it's okay to let go. You can still hold the fond memories in your heart, like you have a very special photo album in your heart. And you can remember those fond memories, those things that you want to remember. But the part of it that's weighing you down is what I feel is releasing out of you now, as you allow yourself to let go of the pain that you've carried from this, but hold the fond memories in your heart. So just allowing your heart to release is also allowing that energy to release through your throat, through the back of your neck. And also this energy around your head that I talked about earlier is starting to move. And I feel like actually just now we're ready to just rip this straight off your head. So on the count of 3, we're going to take this off. This band, this ring around your head. 1, 2, and 3, and pulling that off and dropping it down to the earth where it just returns back to love. And already I can feel this opening, and things are already looking and feeling different from what I can see and what I can see with my third eye chakra now that that energy's been cleared. So this clearing and all this stuff I've talked about seems to also come back to that block over your third eye chakra. Those trust issues most likely, or the way you've been perceiving things lately. So that now feels nice and open. This area around your mind energies feeling clearer and less compressed and restricted by this ring that's been around your head. So I trust this resonates with you, Susan. Let's grab a card to see what it wants to add here before we finish. So the best card to add, and the energy is still moving, especially down your spine and out. So it might be good for these next couple of days to really focus a lot on your letting go, because it feels like it's continuing. It's going to continue to move for you, so you can use this to your advantage and think about releasing things that are holding you back. So your card that goes with this is creation. This is the card I pulled in the live video just before, not long ago. This is a blank canvas. This is new beginnings. This is starting afresh. So feel the difference between these two cards. So letting that heaviness, the burdens, the weight of that stuff you've been holding on to go, so that the fresh, new, fiery energy can come forward, this blank canvas, this new beginning. So you're ready to step into something new, something creative perhaps, and have a fresh new start now. This fresh new start feels to be important. So thank you, Susan. I trust this resonates and supports you, and thank you for your support. Namaste. Okay, let's pop these cards back and we'll see who's next. We have 3 more people here. So next is this person. It's KantiDevi. My light may go out because I think it's my little battery pack thing is hasn't got much more life left in it. So if I suddenly go dark, it's because my light has gone out, but I might have another 5 minutes left yet in it. So Kanti, please take a nice big breath and we'll see what's loudest in your vibration today. So your best healing energy card for now, this moment, is this here, which is this new life. Yes. So this is about supporting and nourishing and nurturing the new as it grows within you. So this is like the seed, it's like the egg, it's like the fetus, we could say, inside you, that represents your new beginnings, your new desires, what you want to create for yourself in your life, this new life that you want to birth. This is the time of nurturing and really giving nourishment to that new energy that's growing. Oh, there's a strange energy that's moving down from your left earlobe, down under your jaw and down to your throat, and it feels gaggy, almost like someone's got their hand here really tight at your throat, and there is this feeling that this is actually a part of you holding yourself back, pinning yourself down, holding yourself against the wall so that you won't step into the reality of your new life and what this new door has to offer you. It's a strange feeling, but I feel like in some ways you're holding yourself back. So this throat area, this is your center for communication, expression and truth, and feeling safe to speak your truth and feeling safe to be who you are. Can you be who you are in this life that you've created for yourself, or this life that you're living now? Can you be who you are if you step into this new life that you are wanting to create and birth? What is it that's holding you back? What are you keeping yourself pinned back for? Why are you holding back? Why are you hesitating? What is stopping you? So take a nice big breath. So we need to let this energy go that's restricting your throat, restricting your voice. And it feels to me like you've reached a point on your journey where this is now holding you back. I feel like you've had this for a while, for many years past, maybe even since your childhood. And I feel like there is an opportunity now for you to release your hold on yourself. You know, the obedience. It's almost like a holding back because you're the obedient one, or you need to be obedient to certain rules or what have you, or restrictions that have been put onto you by parent figures or guardians, that sort of feeling too. This sense of needing to conform, to fit into the society upon which you live or find yourself. and that this has actually been covering you up in many ways, holding you back. And I feel like your truth, like from underneath, your soul is ready and wanting so much, so deeply to come out, to emerge, to step forward. So it's time to release your hold on yourself, the struggle that you have with yourself too. You know, like when this starts to relax, stepping forward, and then up comes the hand again. So it's almost like a fear as well, maybe a fear of the new life that you're wanting to live, or the place that you're wanting to go in your life. So I feel like we need to remove this energy from yourself that you've put there yourself, so to free you up to move forward. So this energy is starting to loosen as I'm talking about it already, which is a good thing. So let's undo. I don't know, I was going to say like unfinish or I don't know, it wasn't even a word, although unfinish is, but yeah, it wasn't even really a word that I was coming with, but there is this unfeeling, like undone. But anyway, let's uncover, maybe it's uncover what's underneath, what's inside here, your true self that you've been pinning down or holding back, or making excuses for, hiding behind, covering up. So it's time to let this grasp go and free yourself. So take a nice big breath, and we're just going to, on 3, we'll pull this hand back. So on 3, and anyone who's feeling this can join in too if you want to. If you're feeling it, then flow with it. So I'm going to put my right hand here over my wrist, because I'm going to encourage this energy to move. So take a nice big breath, and on 3 we're going to remove the hand and this grasp, your throat being grasped by your hand. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, and pulling the hand away and flicking the energy out from that hand. It feels like a lot of heat is now starting to move out from this hand. So not only has this been holding back energy in the throat, it's also been hiding away your potential that's here in your palm, in your hand, your ability to create, your ability to make, your ability to create your life as well, your ability to care, to make things, to support, to build. Whatever your hand here represents feels like also it's open, and there's all this energy moving out through your hand. So this is soaring, open, active now, ready as well. Your throat here is feeling quite cool, and it almost feels like, you know, when you take a jacket off and the cool air sort of it's more exposed than it was before. So it feels a little challenging, a little confronting to have this energy so open and so exposed. You know, to be so naked, I guess, in this area feels to be... Hi Jane, that's great. It feels to be this area is exposed, so it feels a bit uncomfortable until you become familiar with this new feeling of not having it suppressed and held back. So I feel you now are not pinned back to the wall. I feel that you've stepped forward, almost in a bit of a daze, and ready to move forward. But the moving forward feels more like a hopping. So usually I feel it as stepping, but I feel this hop like a kangaroo, like both feet hopping forward, like get both feet in, get your whole body in to your movement forward, and this new life that is brewing under the surface. Because even if you go back to your old life, it's actually going to be your new life, because you have changed so much. So be careful that you're not going back into your old life thinking that things are the same, because they are not the same. And this feels important too. So your new life is a revived, renewed version of your old life, if you like. So let's grab a card and see what this wants to add here for you, Kanti. So the best card to add here for this connection: support, balance, life, look, Pay attention. Focus. That's on that card. Let's see what this card is. It's here. Tree of Life and New Life. New Life, Tree of Life, card 55. It says life. This says life. It says balance. This says balance. It says wisdom, simplicity, birthing of the new life. It says earth goddess, free flowing, freedom. That's what we've moved into today for you, is your freedom, where you're not so compressed and suppressed here, especially in your throat. Sacral and base chakras, growth, everything coming together. Have faith, trust, and support is also in both cards. She is pregnant. You are pregnant with the new beginnings. This is the fetus. This is the seed. This is the egg for new beginnings and new life. These two cards go together perfectly. So this is the harvest. This is enjoying the fruits of your labor, what you've worked so hard on in this last 12 months or so, what you have, endured, what you have worked hard towards. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and your hard work now, because in these fruits are the seeds for your new life, the seeds for your new beginning. So this is a completion of sorts as well, but also enjoying the fruits of the harvest, remembering that these fruits contain the seeds for the next chapter, the next phase of your life. So very powerful, and I trust this resonates with you, Kanti. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you today, and thank you for your support. Okay, let's see who's next. We've got two more people. And next is this person here. It's Annick Beal. Excuse me. At this point too, I'll just mention, if you would love to be a part of this sort of connection next month, I do these at the end of every month for some of my Temple of Balance patrons. So these people have pledged $50 or more for this month. So with that $50, you get access to this healing event, plus also a digital art print, a personal message, also our healing list event that's happening tomorrow. You can also access my Pillar of Light family for the month and our meditation for the month as well. So if you are interested in having me connect with you in this way next month, please have a look on my Patreon page, which is somewhere in this video description. I'm assuming it's below, but I'm not sure. So please have a look and let me know if you've got any questions. Thank you. So Annick, take a nice big breath, please. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Jane. So your card, Annick, is this Winds of Change. Winds of Change. So this talks about change coming in, and usually change that comes in very quickly. So cycles of change. I think I might have said winds of change because that's what I'm changing the card to be. But cycles of change, things moving, things changing, things growing, things improving. But also dealing with the aftermath of change as well as it sweeps through. So Annick, take a nice big breath for me and let's see what's happening, what's loudest in your vibration. The first thing I'm picking up here are wings that look like butterfly wings that are opening up from your heart. It reminds me of that butterfly card actually from my Speed of Light Oracle cards. That lady that's looking up and she's got these butterfly wings on her heart. That's what I'm feeling here, but the wings feel a little smaller as I connect with them now. And there's a lot of lemon yellow sort of colours and orange colours too in these wings for you, Annick. So the yellowy and the orange colours, these are bringing a power, a strength into your heart as well, especially as you move towards your freedom and your transformation that you're going through now, and the transformation that's happening in your actual heart. So your heart and things that are close to your heart are changing and transforming, and I feel this is a really important time, a pivotal time for you of change, of personal change, personal transformation. So I'm feeling now like the wings of the butterfly here, that these actually open further, and inside the wings is like a cocoon which now rips open or splits open, and this light is streaming from inside the cocoon this slightly golden, it's slightly lemony light, white but slightly hint of yellow. And this is streaming from out on a very vertical level and very strong, almost blinding, this light that's just pushing out from your heart from the inside. At this moment, I feel that this light is also a release of pressure that you've put on yourself as well, or pressure on things that you're doing or things that you have to do, because I feel in some ways right now this splitting of the cocoon is like a release of pressure, you know, like a volcano that releases its pressure through the gases that it lets go, that it streams out through in between the rocks. It feels like a release of pressure somehow that you've put on yourself in your heart. But at the same time, this is a transformation, a huge one, because I'm seeing the butterfly and the cocoon, which are both symbols of transformation. But first of all, for now, it's the releasing of the pressure that's in your heart that's important. And it's not just coming from your heart. I feel this split here, this slit of the cocoon that's split open. I feel it's also bringing energy out from above your heart and below your heart. So these are also streaming out and just pushing out through your heart like gases of light, the gases and light that are just streaming out, full speed ahead, full speed out from you. Like if you blew a balloon up and then you put a hole in it and then all the air would quickly come out. That's what it feels like. So releasing through the heart and through the front of your body. This split now, we'll put the cocoon and the butterfly wings aside. This split now feels like it's extending up further and down further, and it's now looking like the split of a trunk of a tree. Split, and inside, so we've got this light that stopped coming out, and inside it's slightly open and it feels dark in here, like the unknown. It also feels like a split in the front of your body where you may feel split on something. There is a feeling here of not knowing or not sure about how you feel about something, like a split decision or a split mind or a split perspective, a confusion, we could say, about something that's really important at the moment too. So there's something that makes me feel that you're split on something. You know, it's, you know, sometimes this sort of thing comes up when our head wants us to think a certain way and wants us to go one direction, and our heart feels another way and wants us to go a different direction, and we have this battle, this split, this conflict, if you like, that plays out between our head and our heart. So, you know, it could be something to do with that. But it feels that there's something split. I feel like this trunk represents you and represents your body right now. And it feels like a part of you is actually dying or expiring or moving out of a phase of a cycle. And I'm not talking about literally dying or expiring, but I feel like a part of you is going about the motions perhaps of a situation in your life that has expired or that is dead to you, is not really feeling like it's full of life anymore. So that might also be where this split is, you know, like a part of you knows that you're not really in it anymore, but you maybe feel obligated or responsible, or that you need to stay in that situation. So that also might be where this split energy comes in. So it feels to be important to let this part of you that has expired, to let it go. And I feel this is like a coating, a covering, like a plastic or a clothes, but it feels more plasticky, over your body, like a skin that you wear that you've been encouraged to squeeze out of, like a caterpillar transforming in the cocoons, coming out of its cocoon as a butterfly. Can you let yourself move on? Can you let yourself move into this transforming, changing, improved time for yourself? Can you let things change? Because if you can, you'll be able to squeeze out of this suit that you've been wearing that has been keeping you in the old life or the old ways that have expired or in some ways died for you, that your heart is not in anymore. So I see you squeezing out a little reluctantly, but out of this suit, out of this cocoon that you've been in, and now standing bare naked, exposed, but revealing your truth, revealing your light and letting your light come back again. It feels like the other energy that we've just stripped off, that sort of rubbery plastic energy, it feels like that has been muting and covering your light in some ways. So now being out of that, it's like your light now has the room and the space and the environment to grow and grow and grow, to become lighter and brighter. So now I see you standing raw, bare, exposed. Your light becoming brighter and lighter. This increase with it comes this increase in confidence and courage and clarity. And I speed up the time a little bit, and I can see your heart now glowing like a sun, a light. And this sun that's glowing on your heart now comes back into these butterfly wings, but instead of them being yellow and lemony, which really encourages your strength and your courage to face things in your life, these butterfly wings are now pinky purpley colours. So this is connecting in with your heart, your truth, but also your knowledge and your interests, the things that you're interested in moving forward. So there's an evolution of sorts, a transformation I feel that you're under right now, and quite deep and perhaps quite life-changing as well at the moment. So I trust that makes sense for you, Annick. Let's grab a card to see what this wants to add here. So the best cards to add is this. This is you, Goddess Awakening. And this card, when I'm redoing these cards, is going to become Awakening. So this is your awakening. This is card 11. And here you are in the doorway, the precipice of change, in the doorway of the unknown. You're pregnant with new beginnings, a new thirst, a new quest for life. The purples and pinks that I see in those butterfly wings are all throughout this card. It says it's time to walk through into the unknown, which we've just energetically done. And now you can also think about how this applies in your life. What do you need to walk into? What changes or action do you need to take? You are being guided to birth new things, to embrace change, and to welcome the power of now. So this very much confirms a lot of what I was talking about. And there is power in this card. It feels like good timing. So as hesitant or as split as you may feel or think at times, this card highlights the power of what you're stepping into. So I trust this helps you, Annick, and thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you today. Namaste. Okay, that means lucky last is Carol White. Carol, please take a nice big breath. Now, if you're watching and you're enjoying this connection, please hit the thumbs up button. Please feel free to comment if you want to, or you can reach out privately through my website, through an email. Just go to templeofbalance.com.au if you would like to reach out. If you would love to connect in this way next month, then please have a look on my Patreon. I love connecting in this way. So I would really love to connect with you if it's something that you feel drawn to. So see how you go. So Carol, nice big breath. So your best card for now is this here. Time Tunnels. Actually, we haven't seen this card for ages. This is about unlocking the past to free you up to move forward in the future. So it's like a time lock. Sometimes we have these sort of time locks where we're kind of locked or anchored in these time points in our past or from our timeline of things that have happened, events that have taken place. You know, sometimes these tragic things that happen too, we know exactly what we were doing or how we felt or what was going on for us at that time, on that day, to the minute sometimes. And in some ways these are like time locks that actually lock us back into that that moment, that situation, that event that happened. So this card's very much about looking at those things that have locked that part of you, especially for you, Carol, back into the past, have locked you back there, so that we can unlock those parts that you've locked back so that you have more energy to move forward. So it's like a soul retrieval in some ways, you know, like events and things that have happened in our past. We lock a piece of ourselves away with that. So it might be, you know, it might be symbolized by a finger or an arm or even a part of ourselves if it was a big, terrible thing that happened that we kind of lock back away into that past moment. So our life revolves, almost our calendar revolves around that time point and that moment in time where perhaps everything changed. So these are really important moments, but a part of ourselves we lock away. I feel like there's something significant in this for you, Carol. A part of yourself that's locked away in the past. And I feel like it's a part of your heart, actually. I feel like a part of your heart has been locked away. And it feels like a long lost love, or something that sits very close to your heart that affected you deeply in your heart. So that sat very close in your heart. And I feel like this locked away in your past in a locked up box, a locked up wooden box. And it's sitting there in your past on that date, on that moment, on that exact time when that happened. And, you know, as much as, you know, as we're moving forward, we might, you know, try and put it behind us, try and get on with our life. There is underneath a part of us that still is tied to this box or this event or this thing that happened. And in this case, for you, Carol, it feels like this thing that happened that affected you very deeply in your heart, where you put a part of your heart away. And it almost feels like a bite that's been taken out of your heart, like a angry animal or a wild animal took a bite out of your heart. And I can feel the pain of it now as I say that. The pain of this situation that you went through, the heart pain. So feeling that pain again, there's a lot of emotion rising. There's a lot of energy that's moving up from the heart and into the throat that wants to also be released. So a part of it, I feel like it suppressed you or quietened that part of you too, as it was shut away, locked away in the past. So let's see and feel what we need to do here. I want to go back to the past, to that exact moment, and I feel like I want to open this box with a crowbar for some weird reason. As I say that, there's energy moving around here, the ear, and just down here, the side of the throat. In fact, there's a pain that's starting to come up in the left ear. So hearing, remembering, listening, remembering what happened in the past feels to be stirring up now. We're going quite deep with these connections today. The energy is very favourable for that, it seems. So I take myself back to this moment in time in your past where you locked a part of your heart away. So I'm standing now before this quite a big crate. So it's not like a small little box that your heart, you know, that's hiding behind a bush or anything. This is a big crate. This is a known event to you, it feels like, Carol. It feels like something that you can certainly relate to straight away, and something that you haven't been secret in either. So it's not a private thing that's hiding behind some bush. This is out there, it's big, and it's got a presence. And we need to open this and return this part of your heart back to you. It makes me feel emotional again saying that. So I've got a crowbar for some reason. I just keep seeing this crowbar, and I'm just opening up this box with this crowbar, the lids, the sides, and letting this box open up. And inside the box is this little child, this little girl who's sitting in this box. So this is likely connected to with your inner child, something that happened in your past that took a bite out of your heart, and that stored not only that part of your heart, but your inner child back in the past. The crate now, for some reason, this box feels like it's on wheels, and it's got a rope, because I feel like I want to drag this part of you from the past and into the present. So there's this little girl, she's so neatly dressed. It's like she's getting ready to see someone who she admires, a family member, a friend, or someone she looks up to. She's dressed up, looking her best in her favourite dress, her favourite little bow in her hair, her favourite shoes. She was so excited about this encounter or this meeting or this conversation or this interaction with someone. But something happened. It almost feels like it didn't happen. The person didn't show up. So it's like these little hopes of the child, spending this good time with daddy or, a grandparent or something, but they didn't show up or they didn't remember. And there's something here I feel connected to with this. So she feels sad because something didn't happen that she was hoping for. So I'm now pulling her from the past and into the now, into the present moment. And now she sits in this crate. On the bottom of this crate, the walls and the top are down. And she sits here in her best outfit right here in front of you. And she looks up, her eyes welled with tears. She looks up and it's like you're the one that she's been waiting for. You're the one that she was all dressed up waiting for all those years ago. And this part of you that you have now that you didn't have before is what she's actually wanting. So she looks up, even though it's through tears, hopeful and excited that she can finally see. So it might even be like a mother figure, like your mother figure that wasn't the mother that you hoped as a child, for example. But you now embody that energy that was perhaps lacking or missing from that figure. So that's sort of the feeling that I have. And your heart is jumping for joy because this part of you, this long shut away part, is right before you. So it's like this craving, this part of you that's been missing, like your arm has been cut off and you've just found it. That's the feeling here too. So this child, your inner child, stands up and she just leaps very innocently into your arms. And she cries tears over your heart and helps heal and mend your heart again. You wrap your arms around her and she melts, merges into your body, into your heart. And now your heart is feeling whole and complete again. But most importantly, unlocked from the ties of the past. So you can use this energy now to move forward, to embrace your future plans and your future goals moving forward. So I trust this resonates with you, Carol, this emerging or really a soul retrieval of a part of your inner child, a part of your heart. So thank you. Let's see which card we need to add here to finish up. So I'll be back tomorrow for our healing list event in about 23 hours from now on YouTube. So I may see you then. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do yet until tomorrow. So Carol, your card is this new vibration. Oh, these have just been so perfect today. It says grounding, connection. You are moving into a new vibration. It's time to nourish the new, especially your inner child, as it grows within you. You are the one who must follow through, take action, and do the nurturing. So the nurturing, the looking after your inner child now. You may find over the next few days or the next week that your inner child just wants to play. So you might feel that or find that you're a little bit more playful or curious or outrageous or out there than normal, because I feel like your inner child, it's got some lively energy that it wants to bring forth into your life. So you might see things a bit more childlike over these next few days, which will be a good thing. So you've got new energy around you, and take your time as you let it grow and nurture in yourself. There's been a lot of new energy around. In fact, a lot of the second cards that we've pulled today have been very much about new energy, new life, new beginnings, renewal has also been coming up today. So I think and feel that there's a lot of new things that are on the verge for a lot of us at the moment. So for all of us, hopefully there was something in these connections that has supported you and encouraged you, and that maybe you can move on from and move into. So see how you go. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been my pleasure to spend this time with you. Thank you again for your support, patrons, and I look forward to connecting with you if you're inspired to connect in with me in this way next month. So thank you, and have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you maybe tomorrow. See you soon. Bye for now.